What if I told you Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu could change your entire life? Not just your body, not just your ability to defend yourself. I mean every part of who you are, your mindset, your habits, your relationships, your emotional strength. It's not just a martial art, it's a personal development system disguised as a combat sport. Because once you've been humbled on the mats, rebuilt through failure, and tested in live roles week after week, you start seeing life differently. You stop backing down from pressure. You lean into discomfort. You discover a calm within chaos that most people never even know exists. And it's not because you're special. It's because Jiu-Jitsu teaches you to find strength you didn't know you had. Let's be real. Most people feel like something's missing. You wake up, check your phone, race through the day, and fall asleep wondering what the hell just happened. You're busy but unfulfilled, productive but anxious, surrounded by people but still feel alone. You want to grow, you want to be better, but you don't know where to start. The gym, too repetitive. Therapy, maybe. Reading books, helpful, sure, but not always actionable. And then there's Jiu-Jitsu, this weird, intense, beautiful thing where people of all shapes, ages, and backgrounds come together to learn how to choke each other respectfully. And as strange as it sounds, it works. Better than most things. Why? Because Jiu-Jitsu forces you into the present moment. It demands humility. It crushes your ego in the best way possible. It teaches you how to survive and then thrive under pressure. And when you can survive someone trying to bend your arm the wrong way, an angry email doesn't feel so scary anymore. There's no pretending on the mat. You can't bluff your way through a roll. You either know it or you learn it the hard way. That kind of feedback is rare in today's world. You develop real self-awareness. You learn what triggers you. You see your patterns, panic, freeze, overcompensate, and then you work through them. Over time, you don't just become better at jiu-jitsu, you become better at being you. A 2022 study published in Psychology of Sport and Exercise showed that martial arts training, especially Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, was associated with significantly higher levels of emotional regulation, self-confidence, and psychological resilience. Why? Because every class is a micro-battle. You lose, you learn, you adjust, and over time, that process rewires your brain. Jiu-Jitsu teaches you that failure isn't final, it's feedback. That lesson alone can change the course of a life. Let me introduce you to Ava. Ava was a middle school teacher struggling with depression. Her therapist recommended exercise, but nothing stuck. Then a friend invited her to a women's self-defense seminar at a Jiu-Jitsu academy. She was terrified, but she showed up. 6 months later, she's training 3 times a week. She's happier, more confident. She says rolling with sweaty strangers taught her more about herself than 10 years of journaling. She's found her voice, in and out of the gym. Then there's Darnell, ex-military. Saw and did things that left scars, couldn't sleep, couldn't connect. His VA counselor suggested martial arts to channel his energy. He found a gym near his house. At first, he barely spoke, just trained, got smashed, came back. Now, he's mentoring kids, teaching classes, smiling more. He told me, Jiu-Jitsu didn't heal everything, but it gave me peace and a place to belong. And don't forget Tom. He's 67, retired, came in just to watch his grandson train. Ended up on the mat himself. Said he wanted to challenge his mind and body. 3 years later, he's a blue belt, more mobile than he was at 50. Says Jiu-Jitsu gave him back his vitality and a community that keeps him young. That's the secret people don't talk about enough. Jiu-Jitsu keeps you connected to yourself and others. After a year of consistent training, something deep changes. You stop dreading difficulty. You stop expecting things to be easy. You want the hard rolls, the tough opponents, the humbling moments, because you know that's where growth lives. You develop discipline, not the hype yourself up kind, but the real, boring, powerful kind. The kind that shows up when no one's watching. Your tolerance for frustration increases. You don't explode at minor setbacks. You breathe, you adjust, you keep going. This starts affecting everything: your job, your parenting, your conversations, your self-worth. You become someone who does hard things on purpose. And that makes you rare. Jiu-Jitsu sticks because it's honest. Every roll is a test. Every tap is a teacher. Every breakthrough is earned. And because it's earned, it lasts. People spend thousands on courses and seminars trying to build confidence. But confidence doesn't come from what you know. It comes from what you survive. When you've been smashed under mount by someone twice your size and kept your cool, that's real confidence. When you've been submitted 50 times and still came back the next day, that's real grit. When you've helped a scared white belt survive their first class, that's real leadership. And here's the ripple effect. You become a better communicator because you've practiced listening and adjusting. You become more empathetic because you know what it feels like to struggle. You become more accountable because Jiu-Jitsu taught you to own your progress. And you build friendships that are deep, weird, and lifelong. The kind forged in sweat, laughter, and mutual suffering. You don't just train with people, you grow with them. You cry, celebrate, fail, and rise together. That kind of bond, it's rare in adulthood. But on the mat, it's standard. Here's what no one tells you when you start Jiu-Jitsu. It's not about getting good fast. It's about learning how to be bad at something and keep showing up anyway. That's one of the most valuable life skills you can ever develop. Because life will humble you, over and over. And if you've never practiced failing with grace, adjusting with humility, and continuing with courage, you'll break. But on the mats, you fail constantly. You make peace with failure. You use it. And slowly it transforms you. That boss who talks down to you, you don't take it personally anymore. You breathe and respond strategically. That fight with your partner, you don't escalate. You listen, regroup, and respond. That voice in your head that used to say, "I'm not enough," it gets quieter. Because now you've got proof that you can do hard things. You stop fearing adversity. You welcome it. Because adversity is where your character sharpens. Let me tell you about Leah. Leah was diagnosed with breast cancer at 42. After chemo, surgery, and radiation, she felt weak, physically and emotionally. Her doctor suggested physical therapy, but Leah wanted more than healing. She wanted strength. She wanted to feel powerful again. So she joined our gym. It was hard. Her body hurt. Her balance was off. She cried after class more than once, but she kept showing up. Now, she's strong, focused, grounded. She calls Jiu-Jitsu her second chance. Not just at life, but at loving herself. And there's no belt rank for that. No medal, no podium. Just transformation. Just victory. So, if you've been waiting for a sign, this is it. Don't wait to be ready. Don't wait to be confident. Don't wait for the perfect time. Just start. You'll be terrible at first. Everyone is. That's normal. But if you stick with it, you won't just learn how to fight. You'll learn how to live better. More fully, more freely, more fearlessly. And that's a fight worth stepping into.